Now, this is a story about how I almost died on a plane. Stay with me. Now, I was around 15 at the time, and my brother and I, my little brother, we were on the plane, a major airline, by the way. I won't say who it is, but a major airline. And, we're on the plane, regular day. We traveling by ourselves. Our parents weren't with us. And we're on the runway. We're taxiing to the beginning of the runway to take off. I'm checking to make sure, I'm good to go. So now we get to the beginning of the runway, and I'm sitting by the window, so I like looking out the window. I love window seats. And now I'm looking out. Everything seems normal. I mean, I'm not a professional. I'm not a mechanic or anything, but everything looked good to me. And the plane starts speeding up, and then you just heard a sound like cheer. The plane completely lost power. Completely. No power at all. And obviously that's not normal. So I'm looking around, everybody else is looking around like, okay, what's going on? So the flight attendant's like, don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, we're having a slight issue. We'll have the mechanics come take a look. So the mechanics came, and they had like this truck-looking thing that helped the plane get back to where we first were. And they started working on it for like 25 minutes or so, and then like, all right, they said everything's good to go, and we're ready to take off. So now we get back to the beginning of the runway, and same thing. We started speeding up, and you heard the same sound. No power. So now everybody's in an uproar like, yo, why are we still on this plane? Like, this is the second time. I'm not trying to see a third. Can we get off this plane? Because this is not normal at all. So the flight attendant is trying to assure everybody that, hey, it's okay. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll have the mechanics look at it again, and everything will be just fine. So obviously people are like, yo, get us off this plane. But they wouldn't let anybody off the plane. So the pilot comes out, and he tries to make a joke, at a time like this, saying, oh, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, when the plane loses power completely, the floor illuminates and it shows you where the exits are. Obviously nobody laughed, because that's not funny at all. Like, what are you talking about, bro? So I'm sitting there nervous. My brother's nervous. It's like, yo, why are we still on this plane? So again, they took us back to the beginning where we started, and the mechanics are working on it, and it took about 25-30 minutes again, and they started to say, oh, everything's good now, we're good to go. In my head, I'm thinking, like, if this happens while we're in the air, we're done for. Like, nobody's making it. So we went back to the beginning of the runway, and we finally took off. Now remember, I have a window seat, so the whole time I'm staring at anything on that plane I could see. I was just paranoid. My butt cheeks were literally clenched the whole time. It was just crazy. Like, the amount of anxiety I had that day was insane. The whole ride, every bump, I was like, yo, what's going on? But luckily, we actually landed, got to our destination safe. And usually I believe, in my head, that people who clap when we land are weirdos. But that day, you could bet your butt I clapped, because that was scary. And ever since then, I've had like a little, anxiety flying. But I love traveling, so I guess that's just one of the prices you pay, right? The anxiety of flying. But we made it.